Okay, let's now talk about the harmonic oscillator. In other words, the convolution integral. Consider now an arbitrary excitation ft. So, considering an ft, an arbitrary oscillation, not oscillation, excitation. Ft is an arbitrary excitation anywhere, any forcing. Okay, so acting in harmonic oscillator, so which is described by the following equation: m times x double dot in function of t plus c times x dot in function of t plus k times x dot in function of t, which is equal to this arbitrary exciting. So the initial conditions are homogeneous. In other words, the oscillator is in rest up in t equals 0. So in t equals 0, everything is 0. Equals 0. X 0. Initial conditions. This assumption does not imply losing of generality. Indeed, non-homogeneous initial conditions can be treated by taking advantage from the superposition principle. In other words, by adding to the solution that will be built in the section a suitable free oscillator response that respects generic initial condition. The excitation Ft can be mathematically described by a series of elementary impulse forces, stripes. Okay, stripes. So I will show you. Having infinitesimal amplitude. So I have here. Oops. No, it's better. That's better. FDT. So we have a forcing, and we have an elementary impulse. Okay. This is the differential, the differential of d tau, and this is tau. Okay, each elementary impulse acts on a time interval dt, and its mathematical description is so dt. Mathematical description is d f, the forcing, t tau, delta of t minus tau times f tau d tau. Okay, the force Ft can be obtained by integrating d from in function of t and tau, which is equal to delta in function of t minus tau and times the forcing only in function of tau, d tau, in the interval of tau equal to 0 to tau equal to t. So I will integrate in this range, in this window. Each stripe of df t tau, as we see here, each stripe is a Dirac delta. So this is a Dirac delta. Delta with an amplitude f tau d tau. Therefore, the response of the oscillator to this portion of excitation is the response to the unitary impulse with the amplitude f tau d tau, shifted in time to t equal tau. The response at time t, due to the impulsive excitation df, this excitation, the response of this excitation df t in function of t and tau, is applied at the time tau is. So the response at time t due to the impulsive excitation applied at time tau is. This is the response. Dx t tau equal f tau h t minus tau times d tau. And this is it. So what we have in terms of response, this graph is the forcing. Now let's talk about the response. The response. From this part, so let's take the same part, the same portion. Why? Because this is in the window, which is the window, the response df apply at time t equal tau. This is for t equal tau. So what we will have is this. This is t. This is xt. So this is in the same case as in the first case. So this is tau. This is d tau. So due to the linearity of the system, the superposition principle holds. Therefore, the response to the force Ft is given by the sum of all infinitesimal conditions, which is given by this. This infinitesimal contributions of the response. Okay, so what we will obtain in the end? In the end, we will obtain xt the sum of all infinitesimal contributions. This is the infinitesimal contributions. And now I write the sum. The sum is the integral from 0 to t, 0, f tau times h t minus tau times the tau. And this is the sum of all infinitesimal contributions. Contributions. This is the convolution integral of all the arbitrary excitations and the convolution integral with response to the unitary impulse. It furnishes the system response for homogeneous initial conditions. The convolution integral is a symmetric integral operator. To prove this statement, let us consider the equation of the convolution integral. So let's consider again this equation. Let's write again here below. From 0 to t, f tau times h t minus tau the tau. Okay. And change the integration variable by. Now the integration variable will be lambda. Then, considering t minus tau equal lambda, what we will obtain? T equal t0 f t minus lambda times h h lambda of lambda d lambda. Then t0 from 0 to t f tau times h t minus tau the tau. Okay, so this in a compact form, ft times ht and or ht times ft. Superposition. The symbol, oops, I used the wrong symbol. No. The convolution symbol, I use asterisk. Yeah, I forgot that. This is the compact form. So, the convolution in the compact form. So, it is worthwhile to stress this equation to give the response of a system with a zero initial conditions. If initial conditions are not zero, the solution is given by the response, which we found here in this equation, plus the free response this is it for the convolution. And see you in the next video.